I'll be yada for this garden of Eden, Holy Father.
Alright, the need to communicate, get informed about the latest happenings and trend seems to be like the order of the day these days. But then, when someone is so addicted to his phone or social media, can we still term that person as being information savvy or the person is just obsessed? My dear, that topic too long. But then, definitely, good afternoon, my beautiful listeners. How are you doing? How's the day been so far? Definitely, we have so much gist on the program for you at the youth and the nation today, our media and TV. But then, as usual, I can't be the only one in this particular station just giving you guys the gist. I have some nice people here who are actually ready to help me unleash and treat the topic perfectly. Like, you need to dice it, you need to treat it nicely. Sure, you understand? Alright, good afternoon, Pat. How are you doing?
I'm good.
You're good. You seem more calm. Today is your birthday.
Naturally, I am.
Madam Akbos. Now well done. Is your spec for me? And I have it after this show.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, I see you again. Alright, Madam Busari Omi, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon. But seriously, you look so nice this afternoon. I beg, give me some beauty. I don't mind. Alright, so guys, today we have a very nice topic that I trust you people know. I know you guys are ready to help me kill it. Like, we all know, like, these days, everyone is so addicted to social media. Like virtually everybody is on social media. Even someone who is not learning is on social media. Like, I feel like that's like the trendy thing, yeah, for the 21st century. So I actually gathered some facts, which I actually want to learn to your listening here, you understand. But then, because there's a particular fact that said an average person spends like more than 2 hours on social media per day. In my mind, I feel like everybody spends more than 2 hours. Like a normal person, but an average, let's just put average, like that means for those who are not so social media addicted. Yeah, we have like 210 million people suffer from internet or social media addiction. Oh my, you shocked me. Meaning, some people can actually do without going online per day. You understand? Like, mere seeing their phone gives them joy. I feel like that's what some people actually live for. You may still be like, my baby, you're welcome back to life. And I'm like, okay. So that means before you go off, you are dead too. I'm shocked. So that actually leads me to the question, like, are we also addicted to? In fact, what am I saying? Let me start with kids of nowadays. You understand? Like, virtually everyone is on social media. So there's a thing that about like 8 to 13 kids of nowadays can actually be seen on social media. And that leads me to this question. At what age do you think is actually the perfect age or the perfect time for a kid to actually own a phone? Madam Pat, please, look on, shed more light on this matter.
See, actually, I feel surprised sometimes when I see kids with phone. And not just anyhow phone. Like phone that me myself like this, I'll be ashamed of my own phone. And then I'll be seeing a little girl holding a phone. Like, I actually saw a little girl of 13 years with a phone. And the worst of it is that a guy is actually her Spencer. You can imagine how it is. I was like, what? Are you serious?
Seriously.
But talking about this age something, for me, I would advise parents, take phone out of any child that is not up to 18.
So you feel like 18 is like the normal age before a child can actually own a phone.
But some children, as in they are still in school, like secondary school, SS1, SS2, SS3. I believe once you're done with secondary school, it's okay for you to hold a phone. At the age of 18, some persons are still in school.
Yeah,
18 is an adult age, right? From 18, an adult.
Yeah.
So that 18 for me is okay for a child to hold a phone. But if he or she is still in school, hold it first. Let him or her finish with her education of that level, of that secondary school level. Then you can think of giving him or her a phone.
Okay, alright, so Madam Pause. Pause. Please, on this particular matter, like, I really need you to give your honest opinion. Like, what age do you really think everyone or a normal kid is expected to own a phone?
For me, age is not a criteria. So far as the parents are able to guide their children and follow up what they are doing with the phone, there's nothing wrong with the child owning a phone.
So you're saying like 8 years a child is
if the parents can be able to guide their children, quote it, if the parents are able to guide their children, because these days kidnappers are everywhere and anything can happen at any particular time. So if your child is not with a phone or something to call or anything, how can the parents now locate where the child is?
No,
Based on what is happening these days, it's not wrong for a child to have a phone. For security wise.
Okay, for this angle, from this angle, I know of which home like that. There's actually a phone in the house.
Like a landline.
Like more like a landline.
Okay.
Or even a normal Android phone. I know of parents that just keep a normal Android phone at home for their kids.
To call them whenever they need
call them
something.
when they need something. Maybe they are outside. But then you're giving a child to have a phone personally, or by him or by herself.
Okay, you are now narrowing it to the house. What if the child is not at home? If the child went to the market or school or something?
The child cannot be alone outside.
Don't say
the child.
More than calm down. Allow her to decide to talk out. Because I say talk now, don't they argue already?
Alright.
I'm sorry, Omi. So please, what do you have to say on this particular topic?
All right. Before I dive into that, I want us to know that social media, we are in the jet age. And when it comes to media generally, it has advantage and it has disadvantages. Let me use the global pandemic lockdown as an example. You know, it came in impromptu, and then it was really a shocker for everyone. There was, at some point, there was no means of communication between teachers and students. Now, you're talking about the social media and then the age group. Let me go from the lower age group. See, phone, everybody can use phone. Everybody can use phone, but remember, it has an advantage and it has disadvantages. So I know of children that are in crèche right now that uses iPad. They use iPad to play songs for them, to play poems for them on their nursery rhymes on YouTube platforms. And then you see those kids, they learn via that. I've seen quite a number of children doing well with that. I'll give an example. I was inside the room and then there was one of my neighbor's child that was crying, and then I just took my phone and went on YouTube and played, and the way he concentrated, I'm like, he didn't cry again. You get, it has an advantage. And looking at the global pandemic, there had to be a need, and the government, as Lagos State government, had to even provide phone for students, which some of my siblings were partakers of it. The ones they couldn't give phone, they gave them like a small radio so that they can join what's it called, an online teaching. And then for the senior school, they gave them an Android phone to aid their teaching. So we are in jet age. We need to understand that media is very, very useful for us. Even social media, when it comes to media generally, it's useful. And when it comes to social media too, it is useful. I know quite a number of teenagers has misused the opportunity when it comes to seeing friends, going to sites that they are not supposed to go to, and doing all sorts. Yes, that's one of the abuse of social media. But when it comes to the advantage, it's good for learning, it's good for research, it's good to network, to learn. You know, there are some things that, for me now, if I want to do something and then I don't know how to go about it, the next thing is Google. The next thing is YouTube. I get my answer then before even reaching out to someone else. I don't know if this just does a background check.
So what both of you are trying to tell me right now is that a child is allowed to hold phone.
See, when it comes to one thing about
both of you are saying right now.
See, one thing about parenting.
You guys should calm down. Like,
as long as the parents are able to control their child,
it's a no for me.
You understand?
Why I say
they can use it.
Okay, you guys should chill. Please take a chill. Hold on. I know this matter is really hot something, but then you ain't fighting yet. Alright, so Pat, we need to say something.
I'm saying it's a no because the child can easily be influenced.
Okay. Alright, so let's talk about this influencing matter.
Yes.
And this is your discussion, and then meet another one. Okay, according to some of you, it's not like some people are actually addicted. It's just that there is the need for every kid to actually own a phone at this era. Due to the fact that this era that we are in is we're already in a global world. Definitely, everyone needs to get improved. But then, let's calm down. Like, there is another thing that says like 70% of people actually sleep next to their phones, and 10% of people or 10% of teens check their phones like more than 10 times per night. And that actually leads to another question. So, aside from the fact that you said you can actually use the phone to read, study, and everything,
Yeah, I love
do you feel like there should be a time frame that we actually need to set for ourselves? You understand? I know some people that actually don't have a time frame. Like every second, every minute, every hour, they are on it. They are with their phone. So I'm like, should we actually set a time limit? You understand? Like, okay, probably I'm to spend like 2 hours or 3 hours on net today, or probably for a particular time. You understand? Or you can actually enjoy our phone. Should be on my internet. Like, you know, like it's my data, or I feel like should there be like a limitation to this stuff?
See, one thing I say, there's a very popular quote that I love to say, and it is, when the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. When the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. I've seen quite a number of teenagers, youth out there abuse their phone. Like, they cannot do without the phone. It is so there. But then, when you know the purpose of this thing,
why you're using it,
when you know the purpose, you get, there are times whereby, one thing I do on social media is I take break. Like, I surf the internet. As much as I'm researching, I'm taking break to just chill out. You know, it's an avenue to chill out, so let's know what's going on. But then there are times whereby, there was a time I was starting to get addicted to the phone. I wasn't even a social media manager then. It's just about the phone. Let's just go online. But then I realized it was when I do not have an understanding. So let me give you an instance. When growing up, I used to be very restricted, and then I was, you know, that restriction brought a lot of thoughts in my head. What could be happening here? What's this about? You know, there's a lot of questioning in my heart. And then, just because my parents didn't allow me, I just wanted to know. I was too eager to know. And I feel that's one of the reasons of some children getting addicted to it, getting their life all into that thing, because they feel they've been restricted. And then you see, go and look at some people before they even have the whole freedom. There are people that are restricted to using things, and then they have the opportunity, they overuse it. And that's why I'm saying that the role of the parent is key. Now I'm talking about teenagers. Of course, youth, you have a decision to make. As a youth, you should know what your life is about. You can't just stay on social media. If you're staying on social media, you should be learning from it. If you're using a big phone, you should be learning from it. I was saying this afternoon that, why will I be using an iPhone and the only thing I'm doing is snapping with it? I'm sorry, it's vexing me already. But I see quite a number of people doing that, and then I'm like, what was this about? You see an average person want to use an iPhone, and then the next thing is have a good camera. Yes, that good camera is good. But do you think of making money with it? You have to. I got my phone, I think 1.5 years ago or something. And then my next thinking is just like, okay, how do I make money from this? I had to go on YouTube to search for the features of the phone. Okay, this phone can do this and that. How do I make money? And trust me, I made my first 200K using my phone. I don't have a laptop, just my phone, and that was during the lockdown. So there are several advantages of the phone, but now you need to know the purpose of it. If you don't know the purpose of it, you get toes with a whole lot of things. Sometimes when I want to go and research, and then I just stumble on a page and I'm there and I'm like, hey, Busayo, you want to do something? Yeah, I know. And then I go. It's normal because entertainment, gist, and all of those things, quite a number of things. But then you need to know the purpose of it. And then for teenagers, the parents need
to guide them.
Schools uses phone. They use. You hardly look at top schools now. They don't even use
no for the teenagers. For the teenagers, it's not about the school right now. It's about social media, Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, Twitter, and stuff.
See, every of these social media platforms has a learning page.
Yes. But I'm telling you, the parents, the dad or the mom will not always sit next to the child to see what.
So there's a need for them to monitor these kids.
But you know, there's an app now. There's, I think in DSTV or Abigo TV or something, they are now advertising a particular app that a parents can use to monitor his or her child on what they are doing online.
Aside from that,
so
aside from that, I think as a parent, you need to firstly shower love on your child.
Yeah.
Love them, like show them love. See, let them know what is going on.
Yeah.
So when they are caught in the web, like when when peer pressure comes, they are not caught unaware.
Yeah.
They know these things
already.
But from my research, I see children that are so addicted, or they feel children that misuse things are children that has been kept
deprived of it.
They've been deprived from things. That's based on research.
I've actually stayed in an environment where they are free. Ghetto. You know, there's difference between children that grew up in a different area and children that grew up in ghetto. These are children, they gave them 100% freedom. You understand? Give them 100% freedom. They have their phone, but then they are still misusing
that
it.
Is now
they
the
know
environment.
Everything. The environment too
it's
not
about
the posh children.
You said ghetto.
It's not. It's posh children that will go to school where they will give them pad, iPod.
I understand.
And then we are talking about those children that stays in the ghetto right now.
Thank God you said ghetto.
Are they not children?
You know ghetto now. Everyone of us.
Should I just use my story as an instance?
But then, I'm sorry, but then one thing that I actually noticed from whether you're from ghetto or not is that you have to be disciplined. According to what she said something the other time, said whenever she has something very tangible to do online and she says like, oh my girl, come back.
Something will remind you that
it's because she's disciplined herself to a father. This is what I'm going for. This is my target. This is my gun. I have to get it. Do you understand? So I feel like regardless of wherever you are from, ghetto, you are rich, you are poor, regardless of your status quo, as long as you are very disciplined, you can get what you want. So I'm very sorry, we were planning on saying something.
Yeah, I said, okay, I grew up in the ghetto. Like I grew up in Ebutemeta, and then everybody, like, if you don't have a phone, I started using phone when I was in primary school. As a matter of fact, I was telling somebody that I was part of those people when I was using Android. Android was not common. It wasn't common. It was Samsung then, and I still use Samsung. And then when I used to take it to school, like everybody wants to use my phone to Facebook, and then to go was the main thing there. So everybody, there's always queue. There's always queue. Like, okay, after you, I'm logging in next. I'm logging in next. But then, see, you need to. There's two things. There's internal factor and there's external factor.
Definitely.
Yeah, I realized that I wanted to do all of those things because I was so restricted. I was so restricted. At that phone, it was my uncle that sent to me, and my mom said, "This is not." I will sneak it. I'll take it to school. I will take it to school, and I was top girl then using Samsung, not using Android. Everybody was using C3, S2, and all of those things. And then touch screen, Samsung is not common. So everybody just wanted to just be with me and all of those things. But then over the time, I realized that everything is just going to while away. Like
definitely,
it's going to, you just see yourself being a fan of, jumping on trend, and then you look at your life and it's just going.
Yeah.
It's just going. Yes, there's a need for the parents to monitor. I'm not saying be so hard on them, but let them open up to you. Let them talk to you. There's need for them to use a phone. There's need for them to know. Let them know what's up, because there are chances where that they don't know what's up, and then their friends are giving. We have some friends that they can just tell you gist, and the way they will tell you,
and you
will
to ginger,
I swear,
the way you want to, like, no, I just want to do this. Some people, just like marketers or advertisers, they just tell you about the product, and next thing you just be thinking in your head, how can I get this? That's how some people are.
I need to get something straight from you.
All right.
And you say there is need for children to use a phone. Can you please tell me the age bracket of your own children you're talking about?
There is no age bracket.
There is no age bracket. As much as
old child can hold the phone.
I'm telling you that.
Are you serious right now?
Boy.
I'm telling you that.
There's no age.
As much as my child start a crèche, I'm getting a tab for my child.
Yeah.
I am getting a tab because it's going to help in phonetics. I hate the fact that I'm not good in talking like that. I talk, but I'm not good. But there's things that I've seen, and then I see it in children, and I'm like, I need to imbibe this. I need to love them, and then show them the way, and then give them the platform to explore.
Yeah.
Go and look at children. Let's leave Nigeria aside. go over abroad, they use the phones, and then it helps, it aids their learning. Even let me use my pastor children for example. The way they speak
different now,
and I'm like, if I'm not, sometimes I used to be careful with my conversation with them because they speak eloquently and they speak so well just because of their school influence, and then they have their iPhone, they learn. Sometimes I'll say a word, I'll tell you, stop aside, it's not like that. I'm like, God, my child has to have this opportunity. So that's just it.
Yeah,
see, there is positive. But then as a mother, you need to understand the fact that you have a say over your child.
Yeah.
So if you're saying things are not going well, you should be sensitive that, okay, what is this? You're not just giving them and then you leave it. You need to
follow them up.
You need to follow up. Okay, so what is this? See, there won't be, there are children that, in the midst of everything that we're saying that children are addicted, there are still children that are accountable.
Yeah.
There are still children that get things done.
Too.
But then,
well, my children is part of the 2%.
I don't add this, but then there's one thing that I've actually noticed personally. A 3-year-old kid or a 4-year-old kid, I've never sit with them. I've never sit with them and give them like an Android phone. Those kids can operate.
They can operate.
And I'm like this. How their brains are still fresh.
Especially for games. When it comes to
games,
they open the phone and then go through.
Definitely, like kids have this tabula rasa mind, meaning they have a clear mind, like a clear slate. That has never been touched before. When that comes in stage, like
they assimilate it.
So I feel like definitely, regardless of the age or whatever, kids have this very well, like learning fast, regardless of whatever condition they are in, whether they get or not. They tend to learn things very fast. You understand?
So what I am saying in essence, me,
I am saying that
I'm not an age bracket. Okay. I'm saying that this our present generation, despite the fact that it's a global world, social media have a way of influencing a child negatively faster than positively.
Okay, now wait, sorry,
I'm telling you that positively, and that's why I'm disputing the fact that a child
wait, now your opinion or your part, that your part we just deviate to, is what will lead me to the next question. But before that, let me say this very funny part I actually noticed. I said Facebook population is almost like twice the total population of Africa. Almost shocking. Like, do you know how Africa, like how much, like how plenty? Like, should we using plenty for Africa again? We are much. Like,
they cannot count.
Now, what if Facebook is ×2 of that? That is like a record breaker. Goodness needs to give people like Facebook take. Try. No, you understand? Exactly. There is another that says like over 500 million people use Instagram, and I'm like 500 million. I will go and check it again. I feel like people are more because who knows Kylie Jenner? Do you know Kylie Jenner's followers are not like 300 million? Now, please, if only Kylie Jenner has 300 million, please, those who have like 100, where are they? 300 million. Like, when I'm like, this is like, because people Instagram is not like taking over. Facebook still has that stuff because everybody like that's let's be very honest. If you actually need someone to actually expose yourself, showcase your talent and all, Instagram is like the best place. After that, I follow Twitter. Trust me, that place to be safe fast.
Instagram is safe.
My dear, Instagram goes fast. But then that's not the good part. Because that so many kids don't really know that part unless we that we are kind of
they will not think of business right now. They will not think about
I'm saying now. That is what is actually going to be the next question. Now, speaking of all the things that Shamja has done, let's try to talk about the pros, that is the good things that are attached to social media. So, Pat, this is the part. Please try to look for good things that Shamja has done. Because, like, you're focusing more on the cons. We'll still get to that part, but then.
No, actually, in as much as I said that social media influences negatively, of course, there is positive aspect of it. Well, you can learn through it, just like they've been saying so far. You can learn through it. You can advertise your business. Any business you're doing. If you once you take it to social media,
they will rush you to.
You don't blow. The only problem is when you don't know how to use it.
How to use it, definitely.
When you don't know how to use it. So you can advertise your business. You can even do business. I've seen people that don't have a shop. They don't have store where they sell their things, but they're advertising on social media. And once you order for, they will take it, they will pick it, or they might even go to the market. They will not tell you they don't have shop. Understand? They will not tell you they don't have shop. They're advertising their business. You understand? And you can advertise your business and blow. And then even your talent, people are dancers. People are see social media now. People are dancing. People are singing. People are doing different kind of talent show, comedy. You understand? You can show yourself, display yourself, do whatever you know how to do best on social media. You understand? But then, my sister, the cons.
Let's keep on. Let's keep on. Let's keep on to the next one. So, Mrs. Don't let me say part again. Sorry, part your baby. Don't get married. Mrs. Applause. Because if I say you look married, Miss Applause, can you please give us your opinion on this particular matter?
For me, I would say social media is a kind of, let's say, a second brain of every human being. Because if you are being asked a particular question and you don't know the answer, you can actually go to your social media, internet per se, to get what you want ASAP. Maybe like me, my project I wrote in school, I didn't pay anybody. But with the help of social media, I was able to write my project very well, and I had a big weight. So it's a very good thing for me. But before you answer,
let me say one thing. Yes, it's a pros. One thing I like about social media is that it connects people.
Yeah, from all over the world.
You connect people, you get to meet new people. You get to meet old friends. Maybe you lost contact.
You get to meet your old friends. Like,
understand?
Like my first best friend in life.
That
was why I got to connect with her back, and I was so
that one is that's the best. In fact, that's the overall. The of them all is that connecting.
Alright, Miss Busayomi, what do you have to say about this topic?
Alright, see, okay, I'm trying to catch my words. You guys have said a lot.
Yeah.
One thing about social media is it's a blessing. It's really a blessing, and then you need to identify that it's a blessing for you to get the blessedness out of it. If you do not understand that it's a blessing,
please read all it. It's a blessing. Alright, welcome from that break. Before we enter that break, I'm sure you guys can actually witness the little rift here and there. And that's why I like this kind of discussion. I like when we have different, like, diverse opinions. That actually makes the whole discussion interesting. Because that like we are not actually on like following a particular lane. Like, we have different opinions in a particular matter. So before we went on that break, we're talking on the pros of social media. And Busayomi was kind of trying to give us some clips, but then you have to take just a little break. Alright, Busayomi, can you please give us your...
Alright, thank you very much. Thank you. I'm really enjoying myself. I would not... Yeah, I'm enjoying myself. So let me just go back to what I was saying. So I said that social media is a place to network. We need to, I'm directing this to the youth actually. It's a place to network. It's a place to learn. Like, learning. Your learning can't just be only from what you feel, maybe textbook and all, but you need to learn from people. If you want to start up a business, you need to connect with maybe someone you want to learn from. So it's an avenue to learn, and it's an avenue to advertise. I don't want to go in details, but really, it's if you can maximize it, it's really a platform that you would love to be, and then you make the best out of it. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Even I was going to add the fact that it helps to widen your horizon. Let's be very honest with ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, if you actually know the right way and the right path, my dear, you will enjoy social media. Like,
I've been on social media, and then I'm challenged to get better.
That's the thing. And I know it's very funny and very nice. The other time you mentioned of some people just becoming celebs, straight, and the same time we had a story of a bread seller that, if you guys can still remember, now she's like, the money she makes, you be like on top with too. Not because they see that the girl has one blue eye, blue eye, blue eye. I mean, they have white and black eye like this. I've not seen one. My dear, that's the power of social media. Yeah. And again, I feel like through that, exactly. We also hear of people that just probably just sang or just freestyle, and from there, boom, they are gone. You understand? So definitely, social media definitely has its own good parts, or let's say the pros. So now, definitely, nothing has a good side that bad side.
Yeah.
I don't want to say the bad side, the part, because part to finish it. Please, give us the con.
Alright. So social media, as much as it's a good place, is also bad. in disseminating wrong information.
Yeah, so many fake news.
Like so many wrong infos. And then, you know, there was a particular time, was it last year, that, you know, there were what's it called, adverts that were telling people on, just don't see, if you cannot confirm the information, don't just bring it online. Because you remember those times of COVID-19, and then they were telling us the death, and then people were just scared. A whole lot of things. You hear little. I remember there was a time for when this issue of Fulani herdsmen, and then it happened in Ijebu-Ode. I was even in Lagos. I schooled in Ijebu-Ode. And then they just called me. I hope you're not in school. This, that. They heard this on, what's it called? Instablog, that this happened. Funny enough, I left Lagos to Ijebu-Ode that day, and I didn't see anything. And people that were not there, they were just like, the students saw herdsmen, but they were not the ones killing. Those ones were just grazing. And then they felt they were the ones, and everywhere is scattered. And then they sorted it out. Meanwhile, social media... And
already took it to the other way around.
The next level. And then it's one of the cons is addiction. Addiction. Like, if you're not careful, you are addicted to it, and then you're not making anything out of it. You are not making it out. Let me just stop there so that I can allow them to talk. Thank you.
Yes, pass.
Let me laugh.
Let's know what's in your mind. Let's know what's in your mind.
There's a saying that whatever thing, in anything, there is good and bad.
Yes.
Yeah. In this aspect of social media, I've seen a lot of adults, even parents, that are so attached to it. Even in the midnight. In fact, after work, they are supposed to rest, but you see parents on net, they'll be chatting. Even adults, I've seen, as in a parent, a guy chatting with foreigners, as in online dating, still saying that he named that legit or something. You see, all those things are bad things that the social media have been doing.
Like the fraudulent aspect.
Yes, there are a lot of confusion inside that social media. Likewise,
it's the good part.
So I think what she said is, that's all. I just give up.
Okay, that's if I let go you.
See, social media is oppression. Let me tell you, it's oppression.
Definitely.
People feel depressed when they are on social media.
Thank you for that word.
I'm telling you, because of fake life. Sincerely, let me use the word fake life. Somebody told he or she doesn't have anything somewhere.
You don't really
just
apologize. It's the truth.
To herself, to somewhere, stand beside somebody's car or borrow his or her friend's car, snap picture, and then you're here killing yourself. Probably, let me even assume that person is your friend. You'll be like, hey, my friend is doing well.
Let me deviate. Why must you be killing yourself with what you see?
People are like that. People are like that. That's why one has to be grown. Maybe both of you graduated from secondary school together, and he or she is somewhere posting pictures of in the car, in a fine house, and you're somewhere drinking Coke and mineral. I say Coke and bread, something like that. And then you just be like, I enter my Facebook, you see a picture. Oh God. And
the funniest part that you might even be enjoying
that person, you understand?
Definitely.
Social media, you just get this depression if you're not careful, you understand? You're not careful because of fake life. Even among the celebrities, is it not Tonto Dike and
Apopogiri husband?
I said Apopogiri, this is her best friend, but recently came outside, they want to finish themselves.
Give them now.
They say she is going to borrow money somewhere or
seriously,
something.
I told you
yes, now you understand. And they came out and they said they are living fake life.
This could expose their dirty line in public.
They wash
one thing about social media cons again is there's no privacy again. Everything is just
it's online.
Everything is exposed. And
just woke up.
But we are the ones bringing it online.
Of course now, because some people are just under pressure, undue pressure that I feel it's not supposed to be. And then one thing about it again is that it has brought a lot of crime. You see some people, maybe because someone put in someone wrote a book and then you went to write you copied a part of the book and you know it leads to crime, and then you're being arrested just because
all these scammers
and then one thing again about it is it's it makes you vulnerable. Like what's it
vulnerable.
called? If you're not being careful,
So
depression, emotional
trauma,
stress, and all of those things, it makes one vulnerable.
I'm
and
still
then
listing my cons.
I
It's not just one I listed.
Okay.
Depression. And secondly, see, I go online and I see girls post
naked pictures.
You understand? You know, whatever that goes on social media, my brother or my sister, forget about it now. Tomorrow you might be something. Tomorrow you might be
then
someone.
someone actually bring you
and
back.
somebody will bring you
Yes.
back.
That's what people
Social
don't
media is
understand.
quick to destroy your reputation.
As in,
Sharply. I'm telling you, so fast. So you just need to imagine, are this not youth? Is this not somebody's child? Is this not somebody's daughter or somebody's son? You understand? So it's so annoying. It's quick, and I think that's what I have to say for that. Should I stop for now?
well, lastly, I'll just say that it has when it comes to productivity, if you're addicted to social media, you won't be productive.
Of course.
You will not be productive because there are times whereby I fall short of it, and then how I make it up for myself is the next day I make sure those times I've wasted, I'll now work for it again. But some people don't do that.
Yeah, some people
It's gone. Next day they are on it
That's
already.
it.
It's like a lifestyle. So it reduces productivity. It reduces
mental
brain. Like they are not being able to think fast. They are not. The only thing is what's the trending song, and then TikTok again.
That's the one. Person like me, if you take my phone out of me, you've taken my life. See, but then I'm productive. No.
You want to tell us that you're productive?
If you take my phone, now, right? If you take my phone out of me right now, like I sincerely I'll be sick. I cannot do without my phone. But then I still make good use of my time.
But honestly, I want to say something on that cons, which I feel like of everything, one big thing that really pains me is that the fact that so many people don't try to talk about it. This whole oppression, this whole I need to be invoked, this whole I'm also putting on the latest clothes and all, leads to so much depression and serious mental health issues. That's what many people don't understand, because the moment you feel like someone is doing this and you can't actually meet up to it, I feel like you're not up to that, they start having this low self-esteem, like I'm not enough, I'm not this, I'm not that. And that's the craziest part, because sometimes when I hear someone commit suicide, do you know what comes to my mind first? It's not, I'm serious, if it's not family problem, it's social media. Just check very well. If it's not a personal matter, and that personal matter can probably be family or social media, because what, you feel like your friends are doing better, whereas you are not even there, you don't know what they are up to, you don't know if this person is actually there. Okay, wait, they say that I went on Facebook and saw something, and that's what really taught me something. This guy is actually, you know, people that all these bricklayers who actually help to build their houses and all. This guy sat on the ground. You know, all those their gravel sand, all these their normal sand, all these beach sand that they used to use to build house. You know, normal to a normal house. You see the sand there. Now, what's the guy sleep on top? So the guy crossed his leg, puts water beside him, took a picture. It was so close, I think he was actually on the beach. Someone now took a far picture. This guy was at an uncompleted building, sleeping, lying down, and the guy was chilling on the beach.
Yes, that
You that in your house. This guy was actually working his ass out somewhere under the sun, but because of the way he packaged it, made it look like it was nice. You that you're in your house under a nice shelter with good AC. You cannot go to the beach. You think that you are not made it.
Last one have to be contented.
That's the thing. Let me do make you're actually okay with whatever you bring, like whatever you are. Like see me, I say someone who. So let me tell you, if you think you can oppress, my dear, me say I am an oppressor. Like seriously, like no seriously. Yes. Let me do something that you might be good.
Once you grow to that level now.
You might be good at probably might be good at you putting in nice words and all. My dear, let me come out and speak my words too. You cannot stand it. Let's start it one on one.
See, I feel mindset is key.
Mindset is key.
It's very, very key. If you're going on social media, see, I'm sorry. If you're going on social media, have a mindset, have a positive mindset. Yes, there are some people that post on social media to help people.
Yes.
See, I learned my dress sense on social media just because I saw some people dressing well. Good. I didn't, some people could have taken it to the extreme and start getting things at all costs. But I had to wait for my time. Okay, yes, there are things that I will screenshot on my phone. I feel like, okay, I'm just going to get this. But when it's time, I will get it. But I just love the way. So you need to understand what you want. There are people that you can be private. And then there are some people that you have to be private. For the people that are not private, it's a way of influencing people
positively. But some are taking it to the extreme. Yeah. Some want to go
that's just it.
Someone like me.
I know of someone. Sometimes I want to post online, but then I'll just be like, it will be as if I'm showing off.
Thank you.
And then it's not that I'm showing off. I just want to give
out what you have,
to someone
that somebody can be like
you can do this. So I see it is out of the pros. Some people, just because of the mindset, is the mindset for you to see the pros. Like I said, if you see the blessing, you will get the blessing. But if you see the other way, you will get the other way you want.
That's why I guys telling me I get the other way.
I agree that is the mindset, because sometimes when I'm online and I see some things, even though they are showing, if I don't know their mindset for posting it, but me, I'll just see something and
you just conclude,
and I tell myself that me, I go make them.
I said,
you understand?
You know, it's a way of encouraging
you to work hard. Me, I go make them
to get
no,
it.
That's the person that have this,
Lastly, do you know that everything I know about digital marketing, social media management, graphic design, and all, I have never had a physical class. I've never had anyone to sit and teach me. I learned it online via some people. They are even younger than I do, and then they are making 500k in their house. I can take that as a threat. Then I can take that as a lesson. That's why I said it's the mindset. So I've learned quite a number of things. When it comes to graphic design, it was online. I learned everything. So we need to harness the power of social media. We really need to.
So according to me, or left to me, sometimes my own problem is what I want to post. Sometimes I like to catch cruise, but then I'm always very careful what I post. Okay, for example, now a friend of mine just broke up with her boyfriend, and then I want to talk about this when I'm like, this I can say that this Amata said last longer than my relationship. Please tell me what that word affect her.
You know what I'm saying? She might think you are talking to her.
My dear, we move. In my mind, in my head, I don't say between my friends that like this matter last longer than a relationship. But then I can't be fair because I think she should definitely check it. And I don't want to block her. And to be honest, I don't actually mean it. I'm just trying to catch cruise. But then she'll feel affected. So that I feel like we need to just balance.
I remember there was a time too like that when Oni of Ife's wife something. Some people said the fact that they serve Oni of Ife breakfast. Who am I?
No, seriously, who am I?
You know,
seriously.
And funny enough, do you know that social media in a way too has helped us relieve stress?
Yes.
You know all those mimes and all of those. You just laugh out your.
See, as you know, like the time that I gave Nigeria, like that I moved address for Nigeria, was during that
COVID-19.
No, not even as COVID-19. During that enters, as much as we're all traumatized,
Yeah.
some people, some very annoying and very friendly people actually came out and found a meme for everything that was happening. And I'm like, seriously, if we can actually make fun, like find something nice or something like that. Like then, my dear.
But imagine if there is no social media with all of this trauma we are going through.
Yes, definitely. We actually have gone like gone mad. Like this is just it. You understand? And yes, there's a thing that some people actually own. No, we have so many people on social media, or let's say some people accounts on social media is more than their toothbrush. Meaning, some people own different social media accounts than a toothbrush. My sister, are you a monk?
Like social, I have Facebook account more than one.
You know that some people don't own a single toothbrush.
Yeah.
But then they have like 50 accounts.
So they own a single toothbrush. They own just one.
Some people own one. Yeah, they think they have 5 accounts, Facebook accounts, 2 Instagram. My sister, I beg, what's happening?
Well, see, I'll talk from my business perspective.
Some are scam, why some are for business or something.
Let me talk. For me now, they've hacked some of my. Maybe they might hack my account. I'll go and open another, but it's still showing my name. You understand?
Yeah.
Well, for me, let me say from my business perspective, I have Facebook, I have Instagram, I have Twitter, I have LinkedIn, I have Pinterest, I have TikTok, I have.
It's help you have like 5 toothbrushes too, because I don't use that kind of.
So one thing, maybe maybe there'll be a time where we talk about social media and business.
Yeah,
See,
that's when we'll not link it.
See, I don't want to start it, but you need to understand your business and you need to know where your ideal clients are. So I didn't just open those social media platforms for opening sake, but it's just for prospective clients. There are people that don't like Facebook. They just like TikTok. There are some people that don't like TikTok. Pinterest is not even like a chatting, but that's where I get ideas. And then I look at people's posts. It's not even common, but I get ideas from there and I post. And my page, my Instagram business page is not up to 1,000 followers. But then I make more than 50K. So when it comes to social media and business, it's another topic entirely. So don't let me go there.
I feel like we've actually overspent our time. But anyways, to be candid, like this is like one of the most interesting topics. But you guys just kept giving me back to back, like you are not
vibes everywhere.
Vibes everywhere, like you are so done today. Even me that brought it up, I'm like, am I sure I can actually contain this? Because I'm like, hey, I thought
Mama Pat was fine.
Serious, I thought I was bright, but then I met you guys. I know, say Auntie Melo, you know, it's chill. You don't see your elders, chill. So definitely, guys, I'm sure you actually learn what is one or two. We learn thousands of things, starting from the marketing, starting from discipline, and starting from how to actually manage your account. So all in all, what we are trying to say is annexing your social media account to something very positive can actually go a very long way. And trying to curtail the cons of social media can actually help too. So definitely, parents, if you have kids that you want to buy phones for, nobody's going against that. But make sure you monitor your kids and input things that actually impact positively in their lives, like apps that can actually help them or not apps that are actually not really so nice per se. So definitely with this, we'll be rounding up and saying do try to join us same time, same station at Comedian TV. Definitely we'll meet next week Wednesday, God willing. And yes, please do try to subscribe and like our pages on Facebook at Comedian TV, on Instagram at Comedian TV, on YouTube at Comedian TV. And yes, we are now bed up, their father, they have opened bed up. So please, let's start the conversation. Like, tell us what you actually think about our programs, or things you think you can actually improve on, or if you have things you really want to inform us about. Again, we are open to everything. So yeah, with this, I'll be saying goodbye. Stay tuned. Stay nice. Stay healthy. Please eat well. You guys, whatever situation you are, eat very well. This life is too hard. Thank you. I love you.